Hey, what's good, everybody? Welcome, welcome. We're trying this a little bit different this time. Hopefully this looks different here, a little bit better for you. We're going to try to show the charts on the screen today. Actually, that is not the right chart, but there we go. Hey, if you're just joining us, this is our 4 o'clock update we do for when the markets close. We go over the markets real briefly, just kind of talk about the things that happen, the things that may affect your retirement investments, and now you got the little chart on the screen. You know, just trying to do things a little different, a little bit better for you guys. If that helps you out, let me know what you think, and we'll certainly be trying to improve as we go. Well, if you're not a customer of Jazz Wealth, be sure to check us out at jazzwealth.com. You can see our portfolio performance, the actual portfolios that we manage ourselves, and make sure that we have our clients on the right track for retirement. But also you can check out the events that we do for our customers, as well as kind of what is Jazz Wealth, man? What are we doing up in here? So you'll be able to check that out as well. Let me know if you have any questions. You can schedule a call on jazzwealth.com if you want to chat with me about your investments. All right, let's take a look. We've got the Dow on the screen today. The Dow was down by about 200 today, and then finally it started to come off the lows. Why did it come off the lows? Well, it's because support, right? So you should be able to see, there we go. You should be able to see on the screen. I'm going to zoom in even a little bit more. This green line on your charts there is what every technical trader is looking at in the Dow. It is just a nice clean uptrend. You can see the Dow fell down into that support line today, and technical traders thought, hey, there's a deal, right? Let's buy that. And so that's why the Dow's bounced a little bit today. However, you didn't have a lot of support from the stocks inside of the Dow. You had a lot of weakness in there, and so not able to really get anything going. Well, too impressive for that matter. So what we had on the end of the day, the Dow closed down 102, S&P 500 closed down only 5. You can see the same support line on your screen there. It's just a, maybe we'll make this one green. It's just a little bit different color at the moment. That's really what everybody's looking at, is that support. In the short term, if we break through that, or the markets can't get a significant bounce off of what, you know, to oversimplify it, the simple green line, then basically that's where we'll head lower in the short term. What else? We had the NASDAQ flat on the day. The NASDAQ was actually pretty strong on the day. Didn't quite get to new highs, as you can see, but not a bad day for the NASDAQ. Look, trade wars. Trade wars are the concern, and so what you go, well, look, we know about trade wars, right? We know what's happening there, so what should we be worried about in the short term? Well, if you want to actually be able to tell that people are worried about that in the short term, all you have to do is look at the Russell 2000. If I go over to the Russell Futures real quick, do we have it on the screen? Yeah. The Russell Futures hit new highs here. And so the new highs help you see that people are thinking locally, I guess, as I would say, thinking U.S. versus globally. So these are stocks that really have exposure here around the United States, not so much globally. And so you can see that shift going. Like if I back up here, I'm going to go, I'll zoom out, right? This is the Russell 2000. And then if we go over to something like the Dow, you could see that shift. You could see the money not moving into the Dow. We go back to the Russell 2000. Right? Pushing higher, non-stop, non-stop, non-stop. We go to the S&P 500, we can see, oh, it's not pushing higher, right? So money moving into the more US-based stuff. You can call it the protectionism trade, you can call it the border wall trade, you can call it the sort of trade war trade, but that's basically what's happening in the meantime. In the Dow, let's take a look. You had some of the weaker stocks today, including Intel was downgraded today. The stock fell 3.3% on the day. Stock was downgraded, and what the company said that downgraded it was that there was increased competition, supply issues, and that Advanced Micro Devices, the immediate competitor of this company, was starting to gain ground and really take over. I would say that that comment was a little late, because if we go to AMD, look at the skyrocketing chart of AMD, just straight up. Of course, that stock was higher on the day because they got positive news from the analysts who downgraded Intel. So Intel makes the chips, AMD makes the chips. AMD is supposedly just killing it out there. Now, because Intel was lower on the day, oops, I'm sorry. Because Intel was lower on the day, that held back the Dow. Really no chance the Dow was going to go positive today. And also because of names like Procter & Gamble. Procter & Gamble lost about 2% on the in the Dow today as well. So wasn't going to be the Dow's day. Let's put it that way. Let's take a look at Disney real quick, and then we'll go over to some of the different sectors of the market. Disney down 1.6%. Analysts came out today and downgraded that stock and said, hey, this deal you guys are doing trying to buy Fox's assets, and now Comcast is getting in the way, right, with messing with your deal there. They think that Disney's now in a position they can't win. And so they feel like Disney, I think Disney said they were going to put up more cash to try to beat the Comcast deal. But this analyst said, no chance, you're not going to make it happen. Oh, the actual words were that Disney is now in an unwinnable situation, sorry. So Comcast looking a little bit better on that deal here. If we go over to General Electric, there we go. General Electric actually closed down only by about 0.5% today. The French government said that they should be fined if they don't create the 1,000 jobs that they promised they would create when they took over Alstom back in 2016 or 15. They've only created about 323 jobs, and so the French government says, come on, man, you got to create these jobs or we're going to fine you. Moving on to Tesla. Tesla broke above the resistance area, even though it's quite extended. The stock was higher by about 3.75% to finish the day. Elon Musk just keeps talking this stock up. He said that the company needs to make radical improvements in order to get to cash flow positive. And look, all words, man. Let's see some numbers. So I think, I don't know, in the long term, I'd like to see a little bit more out of Elon Musk. All right, let's go over to different sectors in the market here. The semiconductors were lower today. A lot of that was Intel, a couple other names. When we talk about the markets going higher, we need the banks and we need the tech stocks, most importantly the semiconductors. Well, if you look at the banks today, they didn't do too bad, but they didn't do anything special. They only gained, well, actually they finished flat on the day. And so with the semiconductors being lower and the banks not participating, you got a recipe for a stock market that just wasn't going to do anything today. No big deal. Crude oil is going to be volatile this week. You got the OPEC meeting coming out on Friday. You got a lot of photo ops that came out over the weekend with maybe Russia and Saudi Arabia getting friendly with each other. It's all okay. But either way, the price of oil was higher by 1.25% today, trying to recover some of what happened on Friday. That is the definition of volatility, if you're following along. Bonds, price of bonds a little bit higher. Rates came back just a little bit on the day, both short-term, long-term. Nothing really interesting to say there. And then if we go over to gold, gold punished on Friday and then today tried to gain a couple dollars. Didn't really make much of a dent. The gold remains really, really weak. What else? I think that's the important stuff. I really wanted to point out that Russell 2000, everybody liking that one there. As far as the local trade there. I really don't have anything else that is interesting. I'm going to go check the S&P 500 if you want to take a look with me and just see biotech's got a lot of weak names in biotech there. Google, yeah. Chipotle up $6. That's not bad. Chipotle hitting new highs here in the short term. Maybe because my daughter just got back. She finally started going back to Chipotle. Today was her first day back to Chipotle in almost 2 years, believe it or not. Adobe hitting highs. Hey, what'd Square do today? Square hitting new highs as well. They got the license to help people trade Bitcoin in New York. Bitcoin continues to kind of flounder around. Yeah, a lot of bad news about Bitcoin over the weekend and cryptocurrency in general. I don't really have any new comments. So that's that basically. Let's see. Did we make it happen? Yeah, made it happen. If you have any questions, happy to help or happy to answer them for you. Otherwise, if I've done you anything as far as knowledge, be sure to go hit the subscribe button for me. YouTube working today. Great. Elliot's not getting the alerts. I think there's a problem with that. There's a guy, a workout guy that I watch, a YouTuber guy. I really like this guy. And he has been complaining about that. I really don't know enough about how it all works, to be honest. I know money. Money's my thing. Hey, while you're here, what are your thoughts on... Oh, boy. Come on, Elliot. I threw you off with that Black-Scholes the other day, huh? No. AMD had a great, yeah, it did have a great day. Micron, I didn't look at Micron. Yeah, not much out of Micron today. You think Micron's a great investment for the long term? You also invested long. Well, good for you on AMD. I haven't seen Micron really grab those sort of headlines or adjustments. I will say my father-in-law is a supplier of sorts. This is not like inside information or anything. He's a supplier of sorts. He tours the Micron factories, and he says that the money that they're putting into upgrading is by far better than anybody else as far as making all of those chips faster than everybody else. He said they're doing some incredible things there, so he was quite bullish on it. It's not, again, not inside information or anything, but he was really excited about it. So if you have Micron, maybe that turns out to be pretty good once they get done spending that money. All right, guys, I enjoy. Thank you so much for coming by. If there's anything I can help you with, if you need any help with your investments or anything, this is just an update I like to do every day, just to show engagement, to kind of keep you guys in tune with the markets. If there's anything I can help you with in particular that has to do with your retirement investments or any personal planning or anything like that, look out for Nest Egg 2.0 coming out. Probably tomorrow we'll make the announcement officially for everybody, and have a great day.